Those were some of the highlights of the address by Information and Broadcasting Minister. We now return to our discussion on the developments in Jammu and Kashmir. Senior journalist Praful Ketkar continues to be with us. Thank you, sir, for continuing to be with us. We were talking about the manner in which the ideological crisis in the Congress and the statements made by Rahul Gandhi are giving fodder to Pakistan for anti-India propaganda.
Yes, as we were discussing, there seems to be a division and ideological confusion within the Congress. First, Rahul Gandhi taking a stand that the Jammu Kashmir is burning, women and children are facing all kinds of violence, and now saying that it is our internal issue. It is more seems to be a damage control mode.
Right.
But the damage that is done for the nation is much more than once if you think that your party and your immediate political interests are more important, what kind of political interests you are going to serve? That shows the disconnect also. By and large, there seems to be overwhelming support for this decision. Our parliament supported this decision with a clear-cut majority.
Right.
It's only a few districts of Jammu Kashmir and few % of people, maybe 5–10% of people who may be, and we should understand their point of view also. They were told or misguided over the period of time that this is as if this is a permanent provision and this is a special status. Well, it was always clear, and Congress has taken this stand that it is a temporary provision, and entire Jammu Kashmir is integral part of India.
Many of its leaders have come forward supporting the decision as well.
Yes,
about the application.
and it's not just about Valley; it's also about Jammu, Ladakh, and many other places, even in the Valley. So, whose voice we really want to be? If you really want to be national voice, then see the things from national perspective. That is the key. Unfortunately, somewhere either advisors or strategy makers in the Congress party are not able to. And yesterday's statement by Ms. Mayawati, who is newly re-elected as the president of BSP, that clearly shows. If you are listening to you are giving your ears to the ground, then you really know what is happening. Now this is a damage control, but that damage is not just for the party, it is also a damage for the diplomatic strategy that we are doing at the international level. I hope it is not just politics.
And Prafulji, going forward from here, there will be more responsibility, onus of responsibility on political leaders across party lines. We heard the Supreme Court also allowing Sitaram Yechuri to visit Kashmir to meet his friend. So now as restrictions are relaxed and more people, politicians are allowed to go, they will have to be extremely careful and keep the national interest in mind while they make statements.
No, it's not just about political parties.
Whether
political leaders, even media persons,
so-called
Jammu Kashmir experts, all of them will
all
have
stakeholders
to be
will need to
very careful and responsible in making any statement about Jammu and Kashmir, simply because this is a process of integration. It is all about how we are going to execute this decision. Please remember, after President's assent to the bill, the actual bill is going to be implemented only after 31st of October.
Right.
Till then, our job is to mentally prepare and completely integrate and actually, give a helping hand, give a clear-cut perspective behind this decision, not just to the world, mainly for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The entire, the development and governance, path of Jammu and Kashmir is going to depend on how rest of India responds to their needs, their not just emotional needs, but the practical employment-related opportunities, development-related opportunities, infrastructure creation, investment, all these things are going to matter, and the day people of Jammu and Kashmir feel that they are better off without 370, entire discourse will change.
And
Pakistan will automatically become irrelevant factor.
Right, and talking about real integration and really building that confidence in the minds of the people, how do you also, in brief, if you could tell us, look at the steps taken by the administrations? High schools open, schools, middle primary schools opened earlier, high schools also open. Important signs of daily life and normalcy in Kashmir in that manner.
Yes, see, as far as you know, many students or workers who are working outside Jammu and Kashmir, they were given special concessions. They were allowed to reach out to their you know, parents or family members. Now also the state administration as well as the court is taking special, you know, making special efforts to you know, establish the contact. Slowly even the landlines are being restored. Mobile and internet, these are the two things that are still under little bit of you know, restrictions, but that is mainly because to avoid misuse of this or rumor mongering around this issue, and this is perfectly fine till 31st October. You know, please try and remember many of the fundamental rights of constitution and many of the laws that passed by the parliament that were not available to people of Jammu and Kashmir in the name of 370.
Earlier, that's right.
Now they are being extended. So of course they should get this benefit. But
all right,
please,
Prafulji, I think with that comment, I think we'll also have to thank you for joining us in the studio. Thank you. We had little time, but thank you for sharing those insights on the developments in Jammu and Kashmir. We're moving towards the conclusion of Midday Prime, but we'll be keeping all the tracks of all the developing stories, particularly related to Supreme Court referring Article 370 cases to 5-judge Constitution bench. We'll be tracking all the developments in the day ahead. Meanwhile, we're concluding this edition of Midday Prime. News and updates continue after a short break.